Lads, how are we doing? I am doing perfect because I'm playing Battlefield 1, of course. And the reason I'm playing it is because unfortunately the beta for Battlefield 6 is done, and we've got to wait till October now. It's not that long, but it was such a fun and successful beta, to be honest with you. A far cry from what 2042 was, and even Battlefield 5 for me. It wasn't my cup of tea, but it was for other people as well. Anyway, I thought I would be late to the party and just talk about the future of Call of Duty and Battlefield. Now, it's very interesting. It's such like a historic moment in gaming that two legendary franchises, let's be honest, like Call of Duty and Battlefield have experimented down different avenues and may not have been successful. For example, I used to love Call of Duty back in the day when I was a kid, when I probably shouldn't have been playing it, but the multiplayer and the story was so good, and when I discovered Battlefield, I fell in love with the destruction and the vehicles. It was so flexible and it was so immersive. And eventually, in time, these developers, they experiment, and that's fair enough. But when you start trying to copy another game's success, for example, Fortnite, like Call of Duty has done, it gets a bit sketchy. Because who are you aiming your game to now? Who is your target audience, Call of Duty? I mean, cosmetics and stuff like that, it's fine, fair enough, okay? It's fine. Microtransactions, fine, whatever. But you realize it's falling apart when a game adds Nicki Minaj and Snoop Dogg to a military shooter game. I mean, it's got to the point now where Call of Duty is not a military shooter. It's just not. It's meant to be a fun, competitive game now that you just spend all your money on, and it never used to be. It used to be an amazing franchise, and their veteran Call of Duty players are nowhere to be seen, really. They can't retain players, and Battlefield, I fear, was going down a similar route. Battlefield was losing a lot of OG veteran players, and that is sad, but EA DICE, they've done something mystical. It's like a golden moment in history, okay? Time stood still for a second, right? Because Battlefield has done something insane. They've reignited their player base. Their retention for keeping veteran players is insane. A lot of old school players are coming back because it may not be the same as Battlefield 3 and 4, but it's close enough, and the beta was so successful. That is what Call of Duty needs to do, but I think revenue from microtransactions is just gonna stop Call of Duty, Treyarch, Activision, Sledgehammer from making another immersive military Call of Duty game. It's more like, a crappy mobile game full of pop-ups and transactions that you just don't want. But Battlefield has done something mystical, okay? They've reignited the franchise, and I'm so happy to see that because it just shows that big gaming companies, franchises like Battlefield aren't dead. They haven't succumbed. They haven't succumbed to the money. They've actually listened to fans, and when do developers listen to fans? To be honest, let's be real. Okay, they give you what you don't want, but now 2042 was a flop, and they had to listen to the fans. They had to fire a couple people. Fair enough. Let's make a new game. Let's make another Battlefield entry, and let's give players what they want. Well, whoop-de-doo, guess what? We're going to buy your game now because it's what we want. But you know what? I think we're going to see something interesting. I know Call of Duty is flopping and it's just terrible. Okay, I think they're going to do a U-turn and, like usual, copy Battlefield. But not in like a copy and paste style. I mean, like, they might make an immersive military shooter. They might make a good Call of Duty, reminiscent of like Black Ops 1, for example, or World at War. I mean, it's Black Ops 7, right? Why? Why a Black Ops 7? It was Black Ops 6 last year. Is it going to be Black Ops 8 next year? Why? It's going a bit too far, and I think the money's gone to Activision's head. They're just thinking about money and revenue now. It's not about fun. It's about keeping extremely competitive players in the game and buying all the stupid crap you don't need. But Battlefield, thankfully, they took a different approach, and I am more than buzzed about that. I'm so happy because it's a franchise that I love, and honestly, if Call of Duty doesn't improve their games, then they are gonna slowly flop. I think they'll retain a competitive player base, but that is probably it. Okay? Because Battlefield is doing something so much different. It's almost special because it's like they're reviving our early years of gaming, our childhood or our teenagehood, you know? It feels like they're bringing that back, and I actually think that Call of Duty will probably follow suit, and I think what we will start to see is a historic moment in gaming where competitive shooters and military shooters will go back to realism and immersion, you know? I'm talking about Call of Duty ditching all the weird cosmetics because they see Battlefield clearly being successful. So I literally think that, COD won't die, Battlefield may not kill it, but it's certainly capable of changing the course of Call of Duty's franchise. Because I guarantee when Black Ops 7 or whatever it is, Black Ops 9 comes out, I guarantee the Battle Pass will be there, of course, but you won't have those wacky over-the-top skins. I don't think so. I know the Vault Edition is weird as hell, but I feel like they're scrambling right now. Call of Duty is scrambling, and they're going to slightly change it on release to be a lot more immersive. You know, you're not going to see like Nicki Minaj running past you or something. I feel like they're going to change it for the better to try and retain and bring and attract players, because that's what's happening right now. What can Call of Duty do to attract players? Everyone's buzzed about Battlefield 6, so what's Call of Duty going to do? Well, they're going to have to try and bring players back, and how are they going to do that? Oh, look, guys, we're now realistic and we care about immersion. That's probably going to happen to retain players and earn money. I think the days of weird cosmetics are probably going to end, and that is good. Thank God. But you're still going to need those weird, stupid, like, battle pass fillers, like, like random items in the battle pass you don't even need. But I think the days of weird cosmetics and a ruined immersion, I think those days are numbered. I think they're over soon, because Battlefield has set in stone a new age of gaming, thank God. It's an age of gaming where people are sick of the silly stuff, and they probably want a realistic shooter as a realistic gets, okay? And I'm so glad about that. I don't think COD will die, like I said, I don't think COD will die, but I think they'll probably get a fright. Holy shit, players don't want to play as fucking cartoon characters or whatever, but like I said, yeah, I think it's interesting to see how it plays out and how Black Ops 7 is on release. I definitely think after Black Ops 7, since it's, every year a new Call of Duty comes out, I think we'll definitely see the next Call of Duty after Black Ops 7 be much more realistic, kind of like Modern Warfare 2019, because that started out realistic and then ended up fucking weird. Season 2, Season 3, that's when it starts getting wacky and you've wasted your money. But like I'm saying, I think Battlefield has set a new path for gaming, and even if Call of Duty doesn't listen, I think it's going to affect other games. And I'm really excited to see how it plays out, honestly. So maybe even a year or two's time, you might go back to COD, because it has just had a revamp. They've had a shock, like, holy shit, realism and immersiveness is what players now want. And that's what I believe in. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I feel like I'm saying what everyone else kind of feels at this moment. We're all bored of the same recycled trash shit. But yeah, I hope we all get to see each other in the battlefield when the game releases. See you next time.